Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United are interested in signing Christen Eriksen on a free transfer this summer. That's according to the Mirror. Christen Eriksen is at Brentford. He signed for Brentford back in January. He signed a 6-month contract. Christen Eriksen has been offered a long-term contract by Brentford. Brentford got Christen Eriksen from Inter Milan. Before Christen Eriksen played for Tottenham, he was a long-serving player at Tottenham, and when he was a lot younger he played for Ajax. Christen Eriksen is the age of 30. He's an attacking midfielder. So that's the news on him. Now, David De Gea is the leading contender to replace Harry Maguire as the Man United captain. David De Gea recently won the Players' Player of the Year award for the 21-22 season. David De Gea has won everything domestically at the football club. He's made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. The season just gone, De Gea was sensational. He's regarded as one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Revert back to the other week, it said De Gea was close to extending his contract until 2025. De Gea's current contract at Man United expires next year. De Gea earns £375,000 a week. He's endured 11 seasons at Manchester United, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. He's been with us since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. Manchester United got David De Gea from Atletico Madrid back in 2011. Harry Maguire, we definitely need to take the captaincy off him because he's not a leader. Throughout the course of the season just gone, a lot of United fans were demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Harry Maguire. Now, you know the news on Frenkie de Jong. Sport recently said that Manchester United are close to agreeing a £70 million deal with Barcelona for Frenkie de Jong. Frenkie de Jong has spoke out on his preferred midfield role. And Frenkie de Jong recently made a confession regarding Erik ten Hag. Frenkie de Jong has held talks with Xavi. Not so long ago, Frenkie de Jong told ESPN, "I'd prefer to stay at Barcelona." The other week it said Manchester United were willing to offer Frenkie de Jong £395,000 a week. That would make him one of the highest paid players at the club. Erik ten Hag wants a reunion with the player. Frenkie de Jong has been at Barcelona since 2019. He's got a contract with Barcelona till 2026. Barcelona got him from Ajax. They paid around £65 million. Frenkie de Jong is a versatile midfielder. Man United have been heavily linked with Jurrien Timber. Not so long ago, it says Jurrien Timber is increasingly confident of staying at Ajax. It said Jurrien Timber had one major concern about joining Manchester United. Ajax value Jurrien Timber at around 43 million. There's a lot of players that Erik ten Hag wants to recommend to the club. His transfer budget has already been revealed. Ten Hag is also going to get rid of a lot of players. We've already seen quite a lot of players leave Man United on free transfers. Not so long ago, Fabrizio Romano said that Eric Bailly and Axel Tuanzebe are set to leave Manchester United this summer. The decision has been made. Man United confirmed that Juan Mata has left the club. Juan Mata is open to joining another Premier League club after leaving Manchester United. Juan Mata endured 8 years at Manchester United, so reflecting on that, he was a long-serving player. Mata made 285 appearances in all competitions and he scored 51 goals. At Man United, Juan Mata won the Europa League, the FA Cup and the EFL Cup. We brought Juan Mata in under the David Moyes era. Man United got him from Chelsea back in 2014. Edinson Cavani, he's already left the club, not too sure where he's going. Cavani did lose his place in the team when Ronaldo re-signed for Man United in the summer of last year. Man United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Man United also confirmed that Jesse Lingard will be leaving the club. You know, Lingard's out of contract very soon. Lingard's tipped to join West Ham after being released by Manchester United. At one point, Lingard endured a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made an impact. Lingard was part of the football club for a long time. He came up our academy and that, but most of the time he was a squad player because he didn't really get in the team. Matic has left the club. Revert back to earlier on this year, Matic announced he'd be leaving Man United. Matic was not one of Man United's first choice midfielders, but despite that, he'd still been given his opportunities. Matic, I always had my reservations about him. He did endure 5 years at Manchester United. Man United got him from Chelsea back in 2017. Got him in a deal worth 40 million. Man United not so long ago confirmed that Paul Pogba will be leaving on a free transfer when his contract expires at the end of this month. I think Juventus are close to signing Pogba. Pogba has already endured one spell with Juventus. He endured 4 years with them. Real Madrid and PSG have also been in for him. Revert back to earlier on this year. Pogba rejected a move to Man City. Pogba missed Man United's final game against Crystal Palace because he was out with injury. He's injury prone, is Pogba. Pogba did endure 6 years at Manchester United. you know, after he re-signed. He played over 200 games, he won 3 trophies, and Man United did pay around £89 million for him. Not so long ago, Lee Grant retired. So there you go. You know, they're the players that have left this year so far. And of course, you know, more players who'll be leaving. You know, I'm expecting Phil Jones to leave the club. You know, Jones is a backup centre-half, don't really get in the team. Jones has made like 3 Premier League appearances for Man United since January 2020. Phil Jones has endured 11 seasons at the club. You know, he's been with us since the Ferguson era. Alex Telles, he's on his way out of the football club. Telles has endured a difficult time at Man United, but he has had his good games. Telles appeared to be our first choice left back when we had Rangnick. That's only because Luke Shaw obviously wasn't available. Dean Henderson, he's another one who I'm expecting to leave the club. I heard Newcastle are close to getting Dean Henderson. Henderson is Man United's second choice goalkeeper. You know, the season just gone, Dean Henderson only made 3 appearances. Tom Eaton, I think he's also on his way out of the football club as well. Tom Eaton's Man United's third choice keeper. Man United got Tom Eaton on a free transfer from Aston Villa in the summer of last year. Diego Dalot, you know, do you think he could leave this year? If he doesn't leave this year, he'll leave next year. Dalot's been subjected to a lot of transfer speculation before. Dalot was our first choice right back when we had Rangnick. His contract at the club expires next year. At one point, Dalot had a loan spell with AC Milan, so reflecting on that, he gained some experience. We got Dalot from Porto. We brought him in under the Jose Mourinho era. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's on his way out of the football club. Man United are offering Aaron Wan-Bissaka to clubs. At least one club are in for him. I'm hearing that Aaron Wan-Bissaka could be making a return to Crystal Palace. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was not our first choice right back when we had Rangnick. Defensively, most of the time, Bissaka's good, but the attacking side of his game is not so good. Man United got Aaron Wan-Bissaka from Palace back in the summer 2019, got him in a deal worth £50 million. Man United paid around £45 million up front, and there was £5 million in add-ons. Harry Maguire, he's also on his way out of the club as well because he isn't good enough. I'm expecting us to get rid of Martial permanently. There was talks of a swap deal involving Martial and Darwin Núñez. The season just gone, Martial was out on loan with Sevilla. Players who'll be leaving Manchester United next year. We've got players' contracts that do expire next year. You've got De Gea's that expires next year, but he won't be leaving. You've got Luke Shaw's contract that expires next year, but he could leave. You know, if he doesn't stop getting injuries and he doesn't pick up form, then I think Luke Shaw will leave. Earlier on this year, Luke Shaw came out and said that he prefers playing for England than Manchester United. Shaw's enjoyed around 8 years at the club, being a long-serving player. You know, you've got Dalot's contract that expires next year, like I said earlier on. Cristiano Ronaldo, his contract expires next year. There's an option to extend his contract though for a further year. Ronaldo won't leave Man United this year, I can assure that, because Ronaldo obviously wants to play under Ten Hag, and Ronaldo's already said he wants to stay at Man United, and Erik Ten Hag wants Ronaldo to stay at the club. Don't forget, Ronaldo recently won the Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year award. Ronaldo missed Man United's final game against Crystal Palace because he picked up a hip injury. You know, since Ronaldo re-signed for the club, he's scored 24 goals in all competitions. He has 18 goals in the Premier League. You know, Man United re-signed Ronaldo in the summer of last year from Juventus. Ronaldo's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. And we've got Marcus Rashford's contract. That expires next year. And, you know, Rashford, you know, if he doesn't pick up form and doesn't stop getting injuries in that, you know, I think he'll leave next year. He won't leave this year. You know, Rashford's already come out and said that he wants to stay at Manchester United. So there you go. And I think next year as well, Fred could be leaving the club. I don't think Fred will leave this year. You know, as you all know, I've got my strong reservations about Fred. McTominay, you know, he could leave the club next year, you know, if he doesn't pick up form. I don't really rate McTominay. He has had his good games at United. Revert back to earlier on in the Rangnick era. You know, I'd said McTominay had been one of our best performers, and I said the same thing at that point regarding Fred. Fred and McTominay played a hell of a lot of games together. Lindelof, he's another one who I think will be leaving next year. Don't think he'll leave this year. Lindelof has played a lot of games at the back. He's played a lot of games alongside Maguire. Lindelof and Maguire do not complement each other in our back line. He's played games alongside Varane as Lindelof. He's played alongside Bailly. I think they complement each other better, the Lindelof and Bailly, than Lindelof and Maguire. And Lindelof's also played alongside Jones. Lindelof, like I said, isn't one of our first choice centre-halves. He lost his place in the team, Lindelof, when Man United signed Varane in the summer of last year. So there you go. Erik Ten Hag is Manchester United's manager. Erik Ten Hag replaced Ralf Rangnick. Not so long ago, Ten Hag had his first interview as the Man United manager. You know, Ten Hag did sign a 3-year contract when he got appointed in. So he's under contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of a further year. You know, Ten Hag is Man United's 5th permanent manager since Sir Alex Ferguson. Steve McLaren and Mitchell van der Gaag are working alongside Ten Hag at Manchester United. Ten Hag attended Manchester United's final game against Crystal Palace. It's good that Ten Hag's experience in the Premier League. Hopefully at Man United he can replicate what he did at Ajax. Got to admire what he did at Ajax. He won Eredivisie titles, he won Dutch Cups. He developed the young players well, and revert back to 2019. He got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. Ten Hag was the Ajax manager for around 5 years. And Ralf Rangnick, he left Man United not so long ago, so reflecting on that, Rangnick will not take up the consultancy role at Man United. Ralf Rangnick was Man United's interim manager for around 4 or 5 months. He did enjoy one transfer window as Man United's interim manager. Unfortunately, didn't get backed in this year's January transfer window. Revert back to earlier on this year when we had Rangnick, you know, to his credit, he made changes because he recommended Ewan Sharp in as an assistant coach and analyst. He also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he recommended Saz Chalenzin as a sports psychologist. Before, Ralph Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Earlier on this year, Rangnick got appointed in as the new manager of Austria. Rangnick did sign a 2-year deal. The season just gone, Man United endured their worst ever Premier League season. In terms of points, Man United finished on just 58 points. Man United did finish 6th this season. We did lose our final game against Crystal Palace 1-0, but despite that, Man United are in the Europa League for the upcoming season. You know, as things stand, Man United have not won a trophy for 5 years. Nowhere near good enough to our standards. Man United have only won 4 trophies in the last 10 years. You know, the last time Man United won the Premier League was back in 2013. The 4 permanent managers Man United have sacked since Ferguson. We sacked David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Mourinho, and in November last year Man United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and like I said not so long ago, Ralph Rangnick left. We've got to get the Glazers out of the football club because they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. You know, for a while now, a lot of United fans have been protesting against the Glazers, and I said the protesting will persist until the Glazers are out of the club. The Glazers have owned Man United for a long time. They've owned the club for around 17 years. They bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop me comments, likes below on the channel if you do. Consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.